Have you ever approached a woman and for a split second felt like she existed on a level you weren't invited to? Good, because that feeling isn't weakness, it's awareness. See, women are born with value. But some women, they take that value and sharpen it. Beauty, ambition, standards, self-respect, they've elevated it all. And here's the twist, you've already built more value than you give yourself credit for. A solid career, a stable life, confidence you earned through years of pressure, failure, and silent battles no one saw. But still, something blocks you from the woman you truly want. Because when a woman's value is high, she doesn't react to small talk. She doesn't get impressed by money flashes. And she won't open her guard for a man who shows up feeling equal, or worse, beneath her. She reacts to something else entirely, a man whose presence feels unshakable. Not superior in status, but superior in energy. A man who shifts the atmosphere just by speaking. A man who makes her feminine instincts wake up and take notice. Here's a truth average men never learn. Charisma is not an accident. It's a set of psychological social skills that instantly change how a woman experiences you. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 of those skills, the ones that make your first impression unforgettable, and your conversations feel effortlessly magnetic. Let's begin. The first skill you master, move slowly. Control the tempo. Let silence work for you. High-value women are used to one thing, men rushing. They rush to impress, rush to fill silence, rush to prove they're good enough. But a truly charismatic man, a man with that quiet, controlled godfather energy, moves slowly. Not because he's lazy or uncertain, but because every move is intentional. When he speaks, he pauses, not out of fear, but because he owns time. He lets his words breathe and gives her mind space to feel them. This is the power of slow presence, a psychological signal that tells her, this man isn't afraid of the moment. He controls it. And it works because high-value women live in chaos. Men chase them, notifications chase them, and the world constantly demands their attention. But you become the calm in that chaos. You become the stable emotional center she didn't even realize she needed. To do this, you simply slow down, speak slightly slower than usual, let silence linger without scrambling to fill it, hold eye contact with steady warmth instead of tension, relax your shoulders, breathe deeper than the room. You're not performing, you're grounding the environment. And when a woman feels grounded with you, her guard starts to fall without her noticing. Slow presence communicates a message she rarely hears. I don't need to prove anything. I am enough. And once you master this first skill, you'll understand something powerful. Now that you can anchor the room, it's time to learn how to shift her emotional state without even trying. The second skill you master, control your emotions. Stay grounded when she tests you. Stay smooth when she flirts. Lead the energy, don't chase it. Most men never learn this. High-value women don't fall for logic, explanations, or clever lines. They fall for emotional authority. And that simply means you don't get dragged by emotions. You guide them. Your tone carries more weight than your words. Your vibe matters more than any compliment you give. And your emotional stability speaks louder than any story you tell. And when you bring that same controlled intensity around a woman, everything shifts. When she tells a dramatic story, you stay grounded. When she tests your patience, you respond calmly. When she flirts, you enjoy it without losing your center. And when she teases you, you smirk instead of defending yourself. This creates emotional contrast, one of the strongest psychological triggers in attraction. She becomes emotional, you stay composed. She becomes expressive, you stay smooth. She becomes curious, you stay unbothered. And that contrast pulls her closer because your emotional gravity feels rare and safe at the same time. She'll trust you faster, open up deeper, and feel more attracted than she has with most men she's met. But presence and emotional control are only the beginning, because the next skill is the one that flips the dynamic and makes her start chasing you. The third skill you master, tease with precision. Challenge her softly, push without pressure. This is the point where most men collapse. They either try way too hard to be funny, or they swing to the other side and become stiff, serious statues. But a charismatic man, a man with that quiet godfather sharpness, sits right in the middle. He's confident, playful, but fully in control. That's what high-value micro-teasing is all about. It's subtle, light, and calibrated, not rude, not needy, not desperate. Just enough spark to create tension. And the reason it works is simple. High-value women are surrounded by men who worship them, compliment them, and agree with every word they say. But almost none of these men challenge them with charm. So when she asks, "You think you're funny?" you calmly say, "Only around people who can keep up." When she says, "I'm picky," you reply, "Good. I'd be worried if you weren't." And when she tells you, "Most men don't talk to me like this," you smirk and say, "That's why they stay most men." The goal isn't to beat her, outsmart her, or win some battle. The goal is to create chemistry, a soft push-pull dynamic that wakes up her feminine instinct to play, flirt, and invest. And the secret is this: micro-teasing must come from a relaxed frame, not arrogance, not insecurity, and never from trying to impress her. It's the verbal version of a slow smirk, minimal effort, maximum effect. And once you've sparked that tension, once she feels that playful pull, the next skill takes everything deeper, because now we step into the darkest, most seductive power of all. The fourth skill you master: listen like a man with depth, no interruptions, no rushing. Understand her emotions, not just her words. If you master only one skill from this entire video, let it be this one. Dark listening is the rarest and most powerful seductive tool a man can carry, because it's not about talking. It's about how deeply you can understand her without saying much at all. You're not listening politely. You're not waiting for your turn to speak. You're listening with intention, with patience, with a quiet curiosity that makes her feel like her words actually matter. And here's why it works. High-value women are surrounded by men who never stop talking about themselves, bragging, performing, trying to impress her with noise instead of presence. But when you listen, really listen, you create a connection most men can't even imitate. Your eyes stay on hers, your body relaxes, you ask slow, meaningful questions, and you pick up on the emotion behind her words, not just the words themselves. Suddenly, she feels seen. She feels understood. She feels safe, and at the same time, slightly exposed. And that soft vulnerability is where attraction begins. Because the moment a woman feels emotionally open with you, in a way that doesn't feel judged or rushed, she starts investing in you. And when you combine dark listening with slow presence, emotional control, and high-value teasing, you become something she can't categorize. A man with depth, mystery, calm strength, warmth, and just enough danger to keep her fully engaged. These four skills work on their own, but together, they create a psychological aura she won't forget. And now that you know each piece, let's bring everything together. Here's what you need to understand. High-value women don't fall for money. They don't fall for looks. They don't fall for lines. They fall for energy. The energy of a man who moves with intention. The energy of a man who acts like he's seen life and survived it. The energy of a man whose presence calms her, but also excites her. You have that potential. Every man does. But most never cultivate it. Not you. Master these four skills, and you become unforgettable, irresistible. The man she thinks about later, even when she doesn't want to. And that, my friend, is true seduction. If you want more charisma, more precision, and more psychological mastery, then hit subscribe, otherwise you won't find me anymore. Comment if you want more seduction videos like this one. Thanks for listening.